Let's talk. Oh, Michael Dowd. So I'm sitting here with Michael Dowd, one of the most entertaining people in history, and also known as one of the most corrupt cops in history, maybe in the world. And you're the star of the 7-5 documentary, which I think is #1 on Netflix. Is this true?
Well, it was. It was, but it's no longer on Netflix.
Why? What's #1?
For 3 years.
Who's gonna outbeat you, Dahmer?
Right, possibly Dahmer.
Would you beat Dahmer? Or would Dahmer beat you in the ratings or in real life?
Dahmer would eat me, but I don't know about beat me.
Okay, this wasn't one of the planned questions, but let's say you found out about Dahmer and it's 1990. What would you do?
As a police officer or as a civilian?
Both. Because the lines are really crossed. Does it really matter?
So, yeah.
Does it really fucking matter?
It gets fuzzy.
I mean, come on.
It does get fuzzy at times. Well, actually, I would have been intrigued by him, but I also, it would have been a great opportunity to be on the scene.
Okay.
Just to see what he did and how he did it. Like, surely he had body parts in refrigerators, from what I understand. And
you never did any of that.
Not personally.
No, not personally. But you did engage in extortion.
I did engage in it. Yes, certain things that maybe have me directly associated with men like Dahmer.
Right.
In history.
Now, how would you want to extort Dahmer? If you could.
I'd definitely take a leg or a knee from a female, hopefully, but he's been to men, so I might not have...
Well, maybe you make him do a bid for you.
Unless I could sell some body parts.
Right, if you could sell some body parts. I wonder what the hot market is for, like, an ankle.
Yeah, probably. You know, think about a nice, functioning ankle to an athlete.
Right? That's
had every ligament and bone crushed.
That wasn't one of my list of questions. We have some crazy questions for you, though. Before I get into my list of questions, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So, do you consent?
I consent.
And if there's anything that you feel uncomfortable speaking of, you can do what some other people in history have said. You can say, I do not recall. So
I've done that.
You can say that.
And I have.
You've done that.
I have done that. Yeah.
Oh, you have done that.
Yeah, as a police officer, I had to testify more than one time.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
So I may have to recall. Not recall.
Now tonight I am half cat, half woman. I have 4 lives left. Now, in the 1980s, what was scarier? What was scarier than a half cat, half woman? What was something that scared you in the 1980s?
Madonna.
Madonna scared you? What, her pointy boobs? Like, you thought they were gonna poke you out in the eye?
No, because she was the focus of every man's. After the blonde from Charlie's Angels, Farrah Fawcett,
right,
and then Madonna.
So wait, why would Madonna scare you?
Well, it was more of an admiration of. So she made me fearful because how could any woman at that moment measure up to her? So the fear was more like,
wait
you
a second.
Never have that.
We're getting deep into Michael Dowd's psyche. So when you went out with women then, and you said you had a lot of women, I guess, at your beck and call in your position, perhaps it made it difficult for you to be faithful. Did you compare every woman to Madonna? Is that what we're going?
Wow, you're really stepping on me here.
Madonna your bar?
First of all, there were a lot of women at most police officers' disposal back in the 80s because the streets were really flush with active sexual energy.
Interesting.
A lot of drugs, a lot of cocaine. It was sexually stimulated. You might not get a little pressure buildup, but you certainly was sexually stimulated during the cocaine era. And that was the club scene. And that's when the club scene really got hot. After the 79, after the John Travolta movie, everything shifted to Studio 54, and it was a big club scene, the Limelight in Manhattan.
Yes, Limelight.
You know, the Parrot, it was the Pink Parrot or the Red Parrot, I forget the name of the clubs in Manhattan. But
Pink Elephant? Pink Elephant was
Pink Elephant was in the room.
Oh, okay.
That's in the room.
Pink Elephant's right here.
Yeah.
You're wearing the shirt. No, they say to drink responsibly. Is there any way to do coke responsibly? They say drink responsibly. I don't
Yes.
know.
No, I would say...
Can you do coke responsibly?
I would say you could do coke responsibly.
How?
One bump at a time.
One bump at a time. I will tell you, I've only tried coke 5 times in my life, and the 5th time, I got this crazy sinus infection that taught me how to do facial draining, and I was off for a month.
So you learned something.
Never. I learned for me, nothing goes up my nose. other places, whatever, but nothing up the nose.
Not anywhere else is.
Yeah, anything else we'll see.
We'll work on.
And you said in an interview that you're kind of cheap. Now, I pride myself in being cheap.
Oh, so you listened to my interview?
Yeah, I listened, not all of them. He said he's in like hundreds. Like, I don't listen to hundreds, but I listened to like 2.5.
Okay.
So
7.5, did you say?
2.5. So cheap. Now, how are you cheap? Because I'm cheap. Like, I won't go out to dinner. I don't go out for drinks. There's so many things I won't pay for.
So yeah. So in that way, I'm cheap. But I don't necessarily. But I'm frugal. So, but if I have to spend, I will spend. But
how are you frugal?
So if I were drinking,
right.
and not that I am, but if I were,
okay.
I would purchase a bottle and sit at home and have company.
Smart.
Now, it doesn't mean that I won't go out and have something,
right.
whether it be an Arnold Palmer without alcohol,
okay.
or if I'm drinking, I would have an alcoholic drink. But I wouldn't have. A lot of guys will spend $200-300.
Oh yeah, $1,000.
I don't do that.
That's crazy.
I have a limit. It used to be 20, now it would be 50.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
I've done enough. I don't have a large income right now, so I judge everything. I never had a debt in my life except for home mortgages, and I pride myself on that.
Yeah, that's
pay my
not
debt.
everyone can say that.
If I charge something, it's paid off every month. I was raised that way. My father was very careful because he raised 7 children.
Right.
He was very financially responsible because you had to be to raise 7 children.
It's like
and he always
Caddyshack.
taught me never carry a debt.
Yeah, me too.
So
that kind of sounds like Caddyshack. I feel like they might be Scottish, but the opening scene, I think it's a bunch of Scottish kids or Irish kids, and they're all raised in a small home. And honestly, it makes me think of you because you said you had six brothers.
I had 6 boys and my sister, so there was 7 kids.
They're like the
Mom and
Caddyshack
Dad.
opening scene.
3-bedroom home. So yeah, it was tight.
Now, technically, you could be listed as a rat according to some people.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What do you think? Do you think you're a rat, or you think you're not a rat? Because there's so many definitions of rats.
Well, you tell me what you think.
I guess technically it would be anyone that shares information about other people. But it wasn't like your partner.
So I didn't do that.
You didn't do that. But your partner suggested, right? Your ex-partner suggested.
My partner put a wire on and came to me and asked me questions.
I got a wire on.
So you might be a rat right now. No.
But I'm an open rat.
Yeah, but you're openly ratting, right?
I'm openly ratting.
Yeah. So you weren't sneaking. So you're not a rat. You're an honest person. So I testified before a commission on police corruption.
Right.
So that's not considered being a rat because I didn't tell about anybody but myself.
Oh, really?
So
really?
So I didn't.
Wow.
Yeah. So I only spoke about myself on what I did.
Right.
And in fact, if you had known, then you don't know, but now you will. I had made an agreement with the commission to not testify against any police officers.
Right. Okay.
So that was specifically in my agreement.
But that didn't last forever, though, right?
Yes.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Really?
That's it.
Look at you. I told you I listened to all the interviews.
So I went before the commission. I testified about what it was to be a corrupt police officer and how I was able to get away with it.
Right.
And that enabled them to catch other police officers.
Right.
And they followed my pattern, and they did.
Now, here's one little psychoanalysis of you, because you were saying in one interview that something happened and you thought it would be okay. Now, for me, I don't know, I'm like a lawyer, and 2 people have called me a lawyer this year. I feel like I think of everything that could go wrong, and I plan for everything. Trust me. About this party, I've already thought of multiple people and what could happen if I do this and X, Y, and Z, and I've already thought I had the steps. Trust me. Okay. Now, you said, you thought, okay, I'll figure it out. Maybe you were an optimist, possibly like Anthony Reggiano. Like, you guys were both optimistic, thinking, I can just keep going.
Yes.
This will keep going. The money will keep coming.
You got that.
Now, how did you get to be an optimist? Did you read self-help books? Like, how did you get so optimistic? Why did you think this was going to work out? Because I could have told you it wouldn't.
I wish I had known you then.
Right? I would have been like, what are you doing?
Yes.
This is going to happen.
Yes. Well, that's how my mother is.
Right. So your parents didn't scare you.
My mother's is a pessimist.
Yeah, I'm like a realist.
This can go wrong.
Right, this could go wrong.
So when a police officer arrests somebody, they've normally committed 10 to 20 crimes before they got caught.
Wow.
Maybe more.
Wow. That's why I haven't been caught.
So if you're doing something wrong, the odds are you're not going to get caught.
Interesting.
You may get caught on the first time, you may get caught on the 100th time. But the odds are...
Oh, so you were going off that.
I was going off the odds.
Damn.
My mother would have said, you could get caught the first time, so don't do it.
Right.
I would say, I may get caught, but not until the 100th time. So give it a shot.
Right. What are some things that you wish you knew then that you know now?
I wish I knew that when I watched and read the story about the turtle and the rabbit.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered that the turtle actually won the race.
Oh, that you don't have to go, woo!
Yeah.
Right?
No, the turtle was steady and sure.
Yeah. I like to go like this on a Monday, but then on Tuesday I'll chill. And then maybe Wednesday, Thursday I'll go like this. And then I'll chill. So I'm like a little combination.
So you got a little hot, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
The turtle is steady.
Right, okay.
He just goes, he moves across the lawn just like this. And at the end of a 20-year career, you have a pension and security, and your family is taken care of, and you didn't miss a day at home.
Right.
Where I tried to do it like the rabbit in 5 to 10 years.
Right.
And the rabbit got caught.
Yeah.
By the bear.
But you didn't think you would, or you thought maybe?
So here's the difference about thinking and then when it happens.
Okay.
You think it could be possible,
right?
But when they're at your back of your shoulder blade, you still think they can't get you.
Really?
When they're right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to be an optimist like him, because I'm thinking in like 20 years from now, what can be said? I'm already thinking what I'm going to put in my memoirs, and I got lots to say.
You can't live like that, though.
No, I like it. It's fun. I have fun things I'm going to say when I'm older.
You're planning some...
Oh, yeah, certain things I can't say and do now, but oh, yes, in 10, 20, 30, 40 years, I'm going to take youthful people, and they're going to release all my secrets. I'm going to have at least 10 of them, release them upon my death. I already planned it out. You can hold me to it.
That's fun. So you're going to actually haunt them.
Upon my death.
You're going to haunt them.
I'm going to give them. Well, I say that too, but I'm going to give younger people documents to release upon my death that are going to say all the different things about all the different people that I couldn't say while I'm alive. I'm excited. I am very excited.
So you actually have something to look forward to.
Oh, I got lots to look forward to. All the good people I'm going to say stuff about, and all the people that really fuck people over.
Oh, you're gonna get them?
Oh, yeah. I don't have an actual shit list now, but there'll be one when I get time. There'll be one. There
could be one by the end of tonight.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. It's long enough. But anyway, back to you.
Yeah.
So now I kind of subscribe to the whole act broke, play dumb. The outside of my car, I never wash it. I don't like people to look at my car being glistening. I like the inside of my car to be nice. Same with the outside of my house. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be seen as anything flashy. And also, when people think you're too smart, they're not going to say certain things. So what do you think of the whole act broke and play dumb? And what were you thinking when you got a red Corvette? You were super young. You were still in the force. You weren't even making the money to pay for a red Corvette, but you bought a red Corvette. Did you think that would draw some eyes to you, or what? What the hell?
So you're an actress, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're always on show. Wherever you go, you're on.
Yeah.
It can be exhausting.
I'm off sometimes.
It can be exhausting, though.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
whenever
I appear somewhere, and it's usually the minute I walk in, I feel that I'm on.
Yeah,
right?
me too.
So when I was a police officer, you always feel on, because when you're on duty, you're on.
Yeah.
You gotta perform.
Yeah.
And when you're off duty, you're still a police officer.
True.
And people are always watching you.
True.
Even though they may not be, you think that they might be.
Right.
So you're always on.
Right.
So it's a very high intensity life.
Yeah.
Which is probably why cops die at the average age of about, probably today is probably 62.
Really?
But yeah.
That's next
Back
year
then it was
for you.
58.
Are
When
you
I was
61?
I'm 61.
I saw him.
I'll be 62.
So he's got 1 year left,
I'll
but
be
you're not in the
62.
force anymore.
Right, I got all that stress is gone.
So he's okay.
But, so the red Corvette, now, everybody breaks my balls about the red Corvette.
As I kind of am new. Yeah.
But here's the deal.
Right.
I was sick and tired of waiting for them to come and get me.
You wanted them to just
I wanted them
lock
to
you
get
up?
me. And if you don't get me now, you're not
Were
gonna.
there a lot of threats in that time? Like, oh,
There was a lot of
you're gonna be in
noise.
trouble?
There was a lot of noise because the 7-7 precinct had gotten broken up, and the 7-5 was next. And I was getting sick and tired of waiting for him to come get me.
Really? Wow.
Because it was imminent.
This is like
Because they were following me 24/7 back then.
This reminds me of like I've heard a few guys, wimpy guys, I will say that they wanted to get out of relationships, so they just acted horribly or cheated on a girl, so they left her. Where I could just say I'm out. Like what? Couldn't you just go to the cops and be like, look what I did? Why'd you have to buy a red Corvette? Or it's more fun that way.
Well, it was a little more fun, but
more fun.
yes, yeah. So here's the deal. You're right.
Right.
Actually, people see that's logic. See, now you're using logic.
Yeah, as I do. As I do.
Someone asked me that question.
Right.
And I justify, because when you're in that mental state where you're basically, let's call it, you're abusing yourself and the system.
Yeah.
Whether it's alcohol, drugs, people, systems. I was in the abusive cycle.
Right, true.
So I couldn't get myself out of it no matter what. But I knew that they could.
Okay.
And if they did, then I would be forced to change.
Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting.
I didn't want, I wanted to change, but I needed to be forced.
You needed to be forced
I couldn't do it on my own.
Wow.
Because I had moments of clarity where I wanted to, but I couldn't stop. So I said to myself, if they don't stop me, I'm good.
Right.
I'll just keep going till I die.
Wow, what an interesting way to go.
That's how I was coping.
Wow.
So if I put this big, brand new red Corvette in their face, in the lieutenant spot,
now they have to.
with the price sticker still in the window.
Right.
They gotta make a decision on me.
That woke them up, and they were like, "No, it didn't, though, right?"
Well, they alleged things then, but they never actually. All they had to do was drag me by the shirt collar.
Where did you get the money?
No,
Yeah. Well, no?
I had that covered.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It wouldn't take me for a piss test, follow me, put surveillance on me, tap my phones, like Suffolk County did 5 years later.
Wow, they waited 5 years.
Well, Suffolk did it, not them. City didn't do it. Because here's what happened.
Yeah.
And people don't understand this.
Yeah.
After the 7-7 went down, I gambled.
Okay.
I usually lose when I gamble, but in this case I was right because I said, they don't want another scandal.
Right.
So if I back up,
Right.
because once I put it in their face and they didn't do anything, I knew that if I just backed up a little bit,
Right.
this will go away. And it did. Until Kenny got caught when he was off the job, retired on a 3/4 disability pension. That I got him.
And that got you in trouble.
He got in trouble because they wired up his friend. And then they got him, and then he wired up and got me on bail.
And were you weren't ready to go then? You were like kind of like thought maybe you were free?
Coming.
You knew?
I knew it was coming.
Okay.
Guy says to me, do you want to run for precinct delegate? This is when I got transferred to the 94th precinct.
Right.
I looked at him, I said, I don't think I'm going to be here.
Oh my God. Well, that's interesting. Someone's in the
Yeah,
dark.
like 2 months later, I got arrested.
Well, totally flipping switches. You said that you were a late bloomer. Now, I'm 38, and I would say I'm a late bloomer. I kissed my first boy at 14. Dan Romano's leaving. Bye, Dan Romano. We love you. And, 14 was my first kiss, which was very late. And I think that developmentally everything I was later, but I was very ahead speaking-wise and writing-wise and intelligence, but the looks-wise, I was a late bloomer. You said you were too. And you said in one interview, I think it was Vlad TV possibly, that you think that maybe your late bloomer made you a little insecure with women you liked. So do you think that could have been something that spurred you to take this fast track a little more and push the limit more?
Yeah, I think there's something to that. Yes, I think that as to get to psychoanalyze things, I would think that being a late bloomer makes you feel insecure because all your friends, your friends are dating, all the girls that you're interested in. Well, I drove a car.
I drove late.
I was the first one.
Oh, okay, so you were
I was the
forward
first
to
one to
that.
drive
Oh,
a car, but the last one to get a date.
Okay.
So that was very.
Yeah, that's extra bad.
Yeah,
that's extra bad. Yeah.
So it was tough, and I was a handsome but pretty. I was more pretty than handsome.
But that works.
Yeah, but not really.
Wait, when did things turn around where
Probably
women
when I was
were
like
hey?
17.
Oh, then me too then. Yeah, 17.
17. I started to hit my stride a little
Me
bit.
too.
I got nice, almost manly looking.
Oh, okay.
The puberty thing hit me a little late.
I thought we had an extended childhood.
Yeah, but it's not good when your friends are already getting dates and stuff like that. So it puts you
you're
behind.
a guy too.
Yeah.
Guy, they compare notes
And
a little
now
bit
they're
more.
bigger and stronger, and you're not filling in yet.
So that maybe motivated you to be a little more badass.
I guess.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
I don't know. We don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Maybe.
All right. So.
What it did was make me want to achieve more. And being in the police field, you're limited. So I sought other ways to achieve.
Yeah, you were definitely inventive. You were like an entrepreneur.
As an entrepreneur.
And your intentions, were they good?
Yes, they were. They honestly were. You know, so I can justify it. Of course, there's going to be someone out there that says you're a scumbag for saying this.
Okay.
But back then, the whole scene was cocaine.
Right.
And it was almost cool to be involved with cocaine.
Right.
Before it became the crack era, okay?
Yeah,
that
it wasn't
was different.
looked down
It wasn't
upon
looked
it
down
as it is
upon
now. Now it's
initially.
like,
oh my God, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
Right.
But so because of that, it was almost like, wow, you're cool, you got cocaine.
Right.
And because I have an entrepreneurial spirit, I said, well, I can be cool and make money.
Right.
So obviously, when you're a police officer, that's not very cool. It's wrong. So but I'm still human.
Well, Dr.
But I'm still
Fauci.
human.
Maybe Dr.
They say
Fauci
cops got the best
could
drugs,
probably,
right?
he could probably find some rule or way to phrase it that makes sense.
Oh, so I should have had Fauci working for me. His team.
I think you and Fauci would be a really cool
team. He invented the shot, was good for you, but no one's been saying.
And anything you couldn't talk your way out of, he can talk through for you because he always has an answer.
He's always
Oh, I think a girl's going to take her clothes off. Final questions. No, I guess that's I guess a girl's taking her clothes off. So that's the end of our interview. My final thought was to know if something's pure cocaine, you can put it in bleach and.
That's right. It falls to the bottom.
If it goes to the bottom,
it's all cocaine.
It is cocaine, but it does go to the bottom.
Yes, correct.
I thought if it
How'd you know
to the
that?
top.
Did I
well,
say
I
that
listened
on
to one of
the
your interview and I checked something out. So if we put you in a vat of bleach, would you come to the top or the bottom?
Today
would you be
today
pure?
I would float.
Today you'd float. Michael Dowd, always interesting with you. I'm sure we'll see more of this guy. Let's wish him lots of health.
Thanks.
And we love Dr. Fauci. No, obviously for me.